All right. We are live.
Hello, hello.
Hi.
We've got Jason and Paul here today. So we got full crew. Gonna be playing as some fantasy Vikings, I guess, today. It is my turn to bring a game to the table. Yes, I am live. This is Andrew. Hey, Ben. But yeah, we're gonna be playing some Dead in Vinland today. I have played a tiny bit of this. Probably about the end of the like tutorial-ish kind of section for the most part. But I found it really, really interesting and compelling, and I think it has a very interesting set of mechanisms that go into managing your little tribe of, or really it's just a family, plus a couple more, of wayward sailors. You guys will be watching a little bit of a cinematic when we first start. That'll fill you in on what you need to know for the story. So,
Sounds good. I'm excited.
yeah. Do you guys have any? Have you guys have any like exposure to this at all?
So I've seen screenshots. I know what it looks like. That's about it. I was just saying I was making the little GIF of our basilisk creatures watching the game, and on the Steam page, so I've looked through all
Yep.
the trailers and stuff on there. I had an image of it as more of like a tactical combat game, but from looking at the trailers, I definitely got the sense it's like a management survival thing, primarily.
Yeah, it's definitely survival focused and resource management. But there is combat on occasion. So it's definitely very like survival forward.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess we'll see about it. So it sounds like combat is not. It's one of the things you may have to deal with, and one of the things your resources and stuff factor into. But it's not. It's not like a core element. It's just something which happens sometimes.
I mean, so I got only so far into the tutorial, so I don't know how often combat happens. But I like the way that it seems that inside and outside of combat, your skills and like basically things are persistent throughout. So you will be affected by things you have done prior to combat, and you also will be affected by things that happen during that combat once combat is over. So you might sustain some injuries, or there's a lot of other like morale systems and that type of stuff.
Oh, cool. So it's feeling like more of a little like personal story as all of that stuff connects together and stuff is all.
Yeah, definitely. And you'll I kind of want to hop into it because there's a lot of stuff that it I like the tutorial because it has some like pre-scripted moments that really show you the like how the mechanics work, and they introduce them to you very, very like nice and easy. So yeah, so without further ado, I'm gonna switch over to this game.
Let's do it.
All right, I might have to move our little heads around here. It's always like a scramble to move the people into an appropriate area.
I see yet another game with like a parallax main menu. Super
Yes.
like really exaggerated this time though, right?
It's funny. So if you look at this, right? When I first booted this up, there's a natural kind of parallax scrolling going on, but when I move this mouse around, it gets a lot more intense. And so I was goofing around and I went into the settings, and let me see if I can find. Here we go.
Parallax.
Yeah, but if you read this little note here, but you really shouldn't disable that because it makes us really sad. So I am assuming there was some internal discussion as to whether or not the more more parallax equals good. I'm not sure, but
Yeah,
maybe they got some feedback that was conflicting.
I know that exact discussion, right? It's like there's a debate over whether something should be included. So the conclusion is, okay, let's just make it an option. But somebody wasn't quite happy with that. They wanted to add a personal little disclaimer message in there.
Yeah, it's funny. So yeah, I'm just gonna take a peek at the settings like I always do usually. As always, I have to turn down the master a lot for any stream we do. So, there's a lot of different things here that it'll actually ask us once we get into the game. So I'm just gonna create a new game here. I'm going to slot 2 here. It's interesting because a lot of this start menu, you like don't click on things and it just goes. You have to like click on it and then say you want to go, which is interesting. It really kind of here we go. What profile name? Or I guess we could just do there we go. Perfect. Okay.
Unimaginative but perfect.
Unimaginative but appropriate. We're gonna go with story mode here. I don't know what this is. I think this is like an endless mode. I'm assuming they had this kind of stuff for like testing purposes, and they decided, oh, you know what, whatever, let's just go. Let's give this to people as well. They sold this as a DLC actually. So if you look down at the bottom here, there's like some side stories that they added as DLC. Endless mode as a DLC, and of course, dog added mode. So you can recruit a dog if you want to. I don't have any of those, so we're just gonna do the base game here. All right. So there's a lot of options going on here, including a custom difficulty thing, which we'll get into. So we've got vacation, which is like more experience, less punishing status effects, I guess you would say. Other small details, all that kind of good stuff. We're gonna do survival. Extreme is just extreme. And there's also this nice true Viking mode, which we're not going to do, which is basically hardcore. So there's like only auto save. There is no save. We do want the tutorial, and we're not gonna do quick start. But if you look at this like custom difficulty stuff, it lets you really get down into the weeds here. Like incredibly so. Like I can imagine this was really good for testing. But yeah, it's really something. Like all the weather probabilities, you can have like these like sliders and stuff. It's like it gets really crazy.
And they've made pretty nice little UI widgets for specifically for changing the rain frequency or whatever that was.
Yeah, like these icons are really nice. All like the custom, like yeah, the like all this the weather stuff is just like, oh yeah, individual colors and all that kind of thing. It's like it's really interesting. There's also, which I appreciate this, there's RNG options. You can have the default or statistical RNG, so it kind of reinforces, kind of nudges some stuff. So you get a little less extreme stuff. Also, you can add Gaussian distribution here, so it'll also give you more of an average in addition to that. So, and these are not related. You can do either one. So that's kind of interesting to me. So if you're not as much of a fan of randomly getting smacked by something, you can switch it over to statistical and Gaussian, and that will help you out a little bit. But we're just going to go for the default kind of experience here, and we're going to get into it.
Yeah, that's really interesting. I've never seen that before.
Yeah, it's interesting. Oh, good. We have subtitles on.
Good, because behind the scenes, spoiler, we can't hear the game audio.
Yeah, yeah. The price we pay for this little widget down on the left-hand side to let us know who's talking. Suffice to say, there is a narrator here. The interesting thing is, if it looks grainy on your side, it also looks a little grainy on mine. I don't know what the resolution or compression that they did for this. It looks like there's some video compression going on here, which is kind of bizarre. Like, this game is not a super large game, like, in terms of file size, so I don't know why they didn't just go with, you know, uncompressed video, but hey.
Yeah, I wonder if maybe they're clearly... It's a nice, visually nice intro, but they're probably trying to be economical, so maybe they're adding a bit of grain to disguise like some
It's
flat colors or simplicity in the shading or something?
it's not grain. I'm looking at it on my side. It's actually an issue with like the rendering and like it's like there's compression artifacts, especially with dark colors. Yeah, it's interesting. I wonder if it has to do with limitations on like I'm sure this has console ports as well. So like stuff like early Switch stuff, maybe that was an issue. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I've heard stories of people having big issues with the size of stuff on Switch.
It's really nice. Like this is a very nice intro, but it's I don't know. Yes, the RNG gods are playing today.
We must survive.
Also, this it should be said that I believe this is not a sequel, but a second in a line of Dead End games. I believe their first one was called Dead in Bermuda. I think. Correct me if I'm wrong here, but they have had like this is I believe their opportunity to like smooth out issues with game design and polish some stuff up and add new things. So, all right, we get introduced to our lovely character here, Eric, probably, and a name that I'm not going to attempt to pronounce here. Bloodwood, maybe.
You couldn't resist. You couldn't resist trying.
I have to try because people's names come up a lot.
Moira. I'll take a
Yes,
shot at that one.
I could do that one. That's one that can that can be done. Also, if you notice here, I don't know if it's being captured on screen, but once the text comes in, like as it very first comes in, this little like sigil on the background. Oh, there it is again. It kind of like it borrows the color and shines of whoever is speaking. Like the color here is reflected in there. So once I switch over here with this character, it'll probably go green. I hope. Somewhere. Don't call me a liar. There it is.
Pretty subtle detail, yeah.
Yep. So there are choices for how characters interact with each other. So you're not necessarily controlling one character, you're controlling all these characters. And so you have an option as to who can react to other people, basically. And depending on who you pick here, it will either increase or decrease people's reputation between characters.
Oh, that's interesting. So we're more of like a authorial view, right? So we're deciding who responds as well as just what it is.
Yes, but these are not necessarily positive or negative responses. You have to read context clues as to like who will react well to things and who react negatively to things. So I'm assuming that scolding is probably not going to go well here. Maybe it's better if Myra jokes, or I don't know. They're already talking with each other, and it looks like things are not going well. So I'm just gonna go Myra. I don't think this is a good answer, but maybe it is. Who knows? There we go. Very good.
I really like this presentation and interface.
Yeah, it's nice.
It's a very standard like visual novel style thing, but you've got Carrie like with her back to the other character, like looking over the shoulder, like it's not just a face to face like super basic composition.
Okay.
They've done simple things to kind of.
Yes, definitely. There's some
Good
nice
choice.
things going on. Yeah, so we reduced depression and added hearts, which is like their like current like relationship level, basically. All right, so we have survived the shipwreck, and we are on an island right now. Also, by the way, they are not talking right now. So they're like, there's no like voice going on right now. I don't remember if there are certain sections that are voice acted, but I believe the vast majority of this is just like the text. What is also interesting is that since they did the mouth movements for the text here, it would be really weird to have like, you know how sometimes in RPGs they have like whenever text is being rendered, it kind of has like that blip, 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 blip kind of thing going on, like to like that. I realized that having both the mouth movements and blip, 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 blip would be weird because it would be like the blipping coming from their mouths in a game which is otherwise highly detailed. So maybe it's for the best that they didn't add like embellishments to like the rendering of the text in terms of like audio. All right, we're gonna go explore the woods now.
What could possibly go wrong?
Oh, yeah. Look, over there. There we go. What I also like is that they start establishing these characters' personalities pretty quickly. And so you can start getting informed about what maybe good dialogue choices were. And also, I like the very quick, like you see the UI for like a fraction of a second, and then this pops up. That was kind of amusing. All right, we're gonna do a poll here. It's up to you guys how we reply. So since this is definitely a conversation between these two, it doesn't say like the person's name. So how are we reacting to this? Is it ours, or should we look around for survivors?
I feel like there's a right answer here, but
And what is that? What is that, Paul?
look for survivors, but because I have a feeling that is kind of like a better option, I'm kind of curious to see what would happen if we do the other one. So
Yeah,
it's
me too.
ours now.
You good with that? All right, let's go. All right. So there's not always like an immediate like payoff for some of these decisions, but sometimes they come back later. Also, everyone has really impeccable eyeliner, even though they've been on a ship like for ages. There we go. Everyone's happy here, or at least getting happier. So this is everyone's like establishing like, oh, here's how these people are related, and here's how they like see each other in their eyes, basically. Oh, Moira. Always there to gross out Kari.
So yeah, the wink is a little bit nothing. But overall, I feel like the personality in their portraits is really nice. Like
yeah.
I mean, it's pretty obvious, but like the characterization of them is the right level of kind of blatant, I feel like.
Yeah.
Something kind of minor I think I picked up is that I think Carrie is the only character who has like more than one idle face.
Ah, maybe. I don't know. She is the most expressive, I think, so far.
Okay, because like when like people finish talking, they go into like an idle mouth.
Yeah.
Which is like closed, but Carrie will kind of alternate between the mouth being open.
Interesting.
Closed.
I'll have to look at that next time she comes out. Moira has fire mushrooms.
I think I saw her eyebrows moving as well. I don't know.
Ooh.
Okay. Fire mushroom.
All right, we got a lot of things that we need to do. Everybody's telling us. We need resources. We need to set up a fire. We need food. We need to scavenge. We need to do a lot of crap. All right, mouth closed this time. I'm making a note. Mouth closed.
Okay.
We got wood, we got rope, we got stone. Good stuff. Proudfather, +5. +5 hearts.
Oh, mouth open that time. Just close it.
Okay, here starts the real tutorial now. Lots of reading, lots of things going on. I'll try to paraphrase a little bit. So, this is telling you it's in a day cycle, basically, and each day has 3 phases, morning and afternoon and night. So morning and afternoon, you can do 2 separate tasks, basically.
Mm-hmm.
You can do the same task twice, or you can do different ones. And at night, it's kind of like, you know how in Darkest Dungeon, you can, like, take a break during a fight? Or not during a fight, but during, like, a dungeon delving session?
Yeah, the campfire section.
Yep, it's basically kind of the same thing as that, but obviously slightly different. And we'll see how that goes pretty soon. I'll try to get through this relatively quickly. We've got critical resources here, which is fire, water, and non-potable water. So we're gonna want to turn non-potable water into water, and we need fire to do that as well. So we're gonna click here to get into that management. In order to make fire, we need to use these fire mushrooms for tinder and also some wood to start that going. So we're gonna want to get that fire going. So we're at 100% fire, fire potency rather. So in order to turn this non-potable water into water, we just gotta click this button here, and it'll do this at a certain efficiency, basically.
Okay.
And yeah, so you don't want the fire to go down too low, but you don't need to constantly be topping it off, essentially. Also, if you saw up here, there's condition. Every time that we choose an action on here, the condition will go down and also affect the overall effectiveness of this job, basically. So we can also repair it at some point, but that usually...
Okay, so that's like our equipment durability kind of thing?
Yep, so the water supplies is its own durability, essentially.
Okay.
All right, so now we can assign characters different things. So the interesting thing about this, which when I first started this, I was a little bit confused as to why they did it this way. But these are like down here on the bottom, these are like scenes, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And you can find the tasks that you can assign people to do by clicking on these scenes. And different stuff in the scene when you mouse over them, like the shipwreck here, it'll allow you to assign someone to that.
Okay.
So you can drag and drop people onto these tasks by going into this character area, which has a ton of stats. And this is not all the stats. Let's go into the character sheet real quick so everyone gets really overwhelmed all of a sudden. And then and then we'll go over this real quick because there's a lot of stuff going on here. So, okay, where to start? And I love how they popped up all of the tooltips at once here, which is super useful. But it allows you to start in different areas. But you should probably start over here. So we've got levels, which won't come up too often. But this over here is like the health of the character. And if any of these gets to 100, they die. And if anybody dies, your game is just done. So you want to keep track of these and make sure nothing gets too high. So you've got fatigue, which when you do certain tasks, it'll increase your fatigue. Characters get hungry, as all of them do. Characters can and will get sick depending on stuff that's going on. They can also get injured, which I believe also comes over from combat as well. And then you've got depression, which is a real thing that you definitely have to pay attention to in this game because things are a little bleak, definitely at the beginning as well.
Yep.
So all of these also affect the effectiveness of all of these skills here as well. So you can see you have physical, mental, concentration, and endurance style skills here. Up here, this is like the overall effectiveness of these. So as you can see, I'm a little bit tired, but I don't have any injury, so it's only a -2% to the effectiveness of these abilities, essentially. And if we go down here, it goes very far into why these numbers are the way they are. So we've got the base of these characters, which is basically stuff that cannot be reduced. The base of these can only go up. And what I like about this game is the more that you do tasks that have to do with these skills, they will get better at what they do. So that is true for like acquired skills down here. So the more that they fish, the better they will get at fishing, which is pretty cool. But when you start the game, definitely there's characters have certain things that they are good at. So you probably want to do that. You want to do things that they're good at. I could probably go through all of these, but we'll get there when we get there. Basically, skills will increase over time when being used right there. I'll just get out of these so we can see what's going on here. So yeah, I think I went over most of this stuff here. We could probably go into some of these because we're already in this menu. We might as well do this. You can also do a few things like order someone to leave, which you can't do to the main 4 family members, I believe. Spoiler alert, you will get more characters. There's also a scroll to its current position in camp, which can be useful sometimes, and then you can have them use an item, which I don't know why they like hid this here. I feel like this could be somewhere else, but we'll get into that a little bit later. You can also go to traits. So these are things that could be. I don't know if these are permanent or if these are or if they can be temporary. But it is very healthy, so -25% to sickness increases. She's a stay-at-home mom, so she's not really big into going out and doing very strenuous work outside of the home, but in the home she's very good. She also suffers from some issues here.
This is quite harsh.
Yeah, it's pretty harsh. Like they treat these characters like very like harshly, which is interesting sometimes. I'm not sure if I agree on the dumb thing, but we'll get there. Also, she has a nice little bio, which you don't have to read now. It'll probably take a little while to get through, but it's nice. All right, so fighting's real. Fighting is a big part. I'm pretty sure is a pretty big part of this game, considering how much effort they put into this interface here. So we've got health. So up here is like temporary health. These kind of like silver things, and down here is critical health. So basically, for every time like this critical health it goes down, the higher chance that they're going to get like a real injury, the one that's sustained outside of the fight. And of course, after all the health is gone, they're unable to fight anymore. You've also got action points, so different skills require different action points. Bunch of your standard kind of stats over here. You have an initiative order here, and then just a general resistance to status effects. Also, a bunch of class skills here, which we don't have to really look at now, but suffice to say, their description over here is very effective in terms of being a sturdy protector. Right now, she has no fight-related traits because we haven't really fought. So, relationships as well. You can see everyone's relationships with other characters, and they can also get affinity bonuses. When 2 characters work on the same thing, they will do better at whatever they're doing. So it's a good like little bit of camaraderie here. Also, a bunch of cool statistics here. I think this is just for kind of, I don't know, just for fun, for the most part.
Because there weren't enough statistics.
Yeah, exactly. In case there weren't enough statistics here. All right, so we're gonna get Moira to go go search over here. Go salvage. Go scavenge rather.
Mm-hmm.
So up here, we're gonna scavenge. It says item scavenge times 62% here. It says 10 uses left, and I think it's because since this is a shipwreck, it is a resource that will go away eventually. But I think most other things are not consumable. All right, so let's assign some more people. So we're gonna get Bloodwood here to fetch some water here. To get some more non-potable water. So if you look right here, it'll say what they're doing. It's going to use the scavenging trait here, which she has a 45, which is pretty good at the beginning of the game here. She's going to get 3.75 to 5.5 units of water. I'm not sure what how they measure that, but it's units basically. All right. We're going to do some crafting, which is pretty amusing because Eric is bad at crafting. But they still have him do it, which is great. We're just going to go into the workshop here and figure out what we're going to make. We need wood for the fire, so we need to build this lumber camp. Okay, so lumber camp, also, you can upgrade it as well here. Lots of different little upgrades. And over here, it tells you what is required to make this lumber camp. And great thing, our workshop starts with a 62%. Which is not great, but it's what we've got. So he's going to do this. I believe we're just going to look at the camp condition. Basically what I was talking about, as you get lower efficiency, as you get lower durability for these parts of the camp, things are not going to be as efficient. So right now the workshop is not looking super great, so we have minus 10% crafting speed. But if we go over here, we can look and see that the shelter is not looking super good. So we might want to help out and repair the shelter because we want people to sleep. So we're just going to click that a little bit until we get up to excellent right there. I'm assuming we probably want to get this up too. And there we go. Perfect. Everyone's at excellent condition. So whatever they do is going to be fine. All right. So another thing, so we have these different plots of land, but we also have something called exploration. So Kari is very good at exploration, so we're going to drag her down here. She starts out with a 46, which is pretty good. So she's got to go explore some areas, and she has a chance to basically get like a consumable QuickTime event, basically. Which is like she's going to reveal areas and you have an opportunity to, at any point, basically, go check them out. And once you do that, it'll give you the opportunity to assign someone to like try to get a resource or do some other stuff as well. So we have assigned everybody. And so we're just going to make time pass. And so now it's going to give us a summary about how things went. So we got some wood, we got some rope, we got some fabric. Raw fish, that's good. Fish bait, also very good. Some ointment that survived. Celandine. And she got tired doing it. And she's a little depressed because she's going through the shipwreck.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We used up some wood and some rope. The lumber camp is 74% done, and he's getting a little tired doing it. All right, so we got some water. Also, we got a bunch of fatigue there. All right, let's do some exploration. She used up some water doing it because it's tough running around. We discovered a new area, so it's going to go up on our little map here. So she found a new area, so we're probably going to want to go check it out. So this is our overworld map, basically. We've got a lot of stuff going on. So each one of these little like puffy clouds is a potential area that might have some kind of special event and stuff like that. So if we drag this up, we've got a big old island to explore. So she'll definitely have a lot of stuff to do. So we've got this newly discovered area. So we're just going to click on it and we're going to check this out. Oh, it looks like there's a bunch of wheat here. That's pretty cool. So these things are consumable. And doing these things doesn't advance the time, so we can choose to do it as we will. So let's actually figure this out. So We've got a few things. We can inspect it, we can harvest it, or we can hunt. Hunt in the wheat patch. So we're going to get some juicy rodents. But let's inspect it to see what they have to say here.
This isn't Pokemon. Like, we don't go.
Yeah. We're gonna get some rattatas here. That'll help us defend ourselves. You know, all that good stuff. So we got some tasty grains. That's all we need to know. So what do you guys want to do? We can harvest this twice, and I think hunt here once. So I'm not sure if one of them precludes the other, but
Should we harvest once and see what happens to the hunt option?
yeah, sure. Let's go. So we're gonna harvest here. And we're going to have someone perform this action. And the nice thing is that it brings up the stats that have to do with this action. So harvesting is definitely an important trait here. But also so is Constitution, because some negative effects might happen that will affect that. I don't know. I'm assuming there's a good reason why it's bringing up Constitution. Who do you think? I mean, obviously, I think the high harvesters might help.
Yeah, our explorer may as well.
Yeah, let's do
handle the
it.
wheat. She's pretty good at harvesting.
Yeah, the only problem with her is that if something negative happens, she's already got like high depression and high fatigue. So I don't know if if that'll be good. Like, she's really good at a bunch of different like tertiary kind of skills, but her constitution is pretty bad. We're just gonna send Kari in here since she's already out. You know.
Mm-hmm.
She knows what wheat looks like. She can grab it. A careful fistful of wheat. So we got a little tired pulling wheat. That's cool. But we got wheat, though, which is great. And a bunch of seeds. All right. Looks like we can harvest one more time and hunt here as well. So should we just exhaust this thing or what?
Will the wheat perish? Like, what's the issue?
I don't think so. I don't think we need to, but I think
more about fatigue, maybe.
Yeah, it's more about fatigue, and right now we're absolutely fine. When we sleep, we'll lose fatigue. So, I'd be more concerned about not acquiring enough fatigue before sleeping, because it'll kind of be like a wasted amount of fatigue if we don't use it up, basically. So let's continue harvesting real quick. Yeah, let's do that. Yep. And if you click, it'll skip some stuff there. We just got some more fatigue, and that's fine. But we got more wheat, which is good. All right. So let's do this hunting. So hunting and stealth is important, usually to hunting checks. So I mean, she's really good at a lot of stuff, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, especially for exploration. So I'm thinking, but he's got like no fatigue. But let's just try this, because I think she is going to be the best at this. Yes, birds and small rodents. All right, here we go. So we've got 2 opportunities for checks here. So the stealth chance looks really good. So I think we should choose that.
That's the approach, surely.
No, what? 4%? This game. There you go. There's the open mouth. I can't believe it either, Kari. Jeez. Ah, it bites my calf. Ugh, I'm depressed. I got bit. Also, I got a little bit of an injury there. Ugh, I can't believe we failed that. All right, let's get back to camp. That's depressing.
RNG settings, quick.
quick auto load. Save scum, go. All right, cool. So it's just telling you that some items are usable. So you can use item thing by clicking here, and it'll use it on a character. I don't know what it wants me to use it on right now, so I'm just gonna click on you. Oh, good. -10 depression. Perfect. She's got 28 depression. Or this, -10 sickness. So she's got 8, but that's fine. So let's get rid of some of her depression, because she's the most depressed character out of all of them right now. Mm-hmm. Boom. Instant. -10% depression. Great. All right, cool. We know that every task is associated to a skill, all that good stuff. And so now we can do whatever we want. Yeah, there we go. Sweet. So yeah, we can do whatever we want now, which is freeing or a little bit interesting.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we started building something, and there's probably more.
So we got to continue to do that.
To do. Yeah.
Yeah. I think, to be honest, we've got a pretty good layout right now. I don't think there's too... I'm trying to like mouse over things to see if there's any other options that we have. There is the shelter, but I can only check the status of the shelter here. So I think, as of right now, we've got 4 tasks. That's all we can really do. So let's just continue on. Even though she's pretty bad at scavenging, no, everyone else is pretty good at their tasks. So let's just continue on. Well, she's getting better at it, so that's good.
Yeah, you gotta adapt. You gotta learn and adapt to your new life on the island.
All right, raw fish. We didn't need more raw fish. We need non-perishables. All right, everyone's getting appropriately tired, and she was a little bit courageous there. Hey, level 2. Look at that. She got depressed because she got the level 2. No, she just got depressed because of the scavenging, so that's fine.
Yeah, that sequencing was good there. But then, yeah, if the leveling had come after, then she'd reach level 2 because she got depressed. That also it makes sense.
She's becoming one with the universe. Island, yes, cool. We can now do wood cutting, which is great. Now it's time for exploration. Or actually, I don't know why it went over there real quick, but that's fine. Okay, game. That was interesting. Hey, we got more water, which is always good. Let's see if we can get another... Hey, we got the beach. Cool. And a little bit of the forest. All right, sweet. So we should do some final stuff. I mean, I think we should definitely explore stuff as we go, just because we want to see different things. So we got a beach and an ornate coffer here. Let's see what it wants us to do. We can expect... Okay, so I think these are red because you can only do one thing. So because I'm assuming you can't open carefully and open by force at the same time here. So let's just inspect it anyway. It's almost in a perfect state.
I mean, if there's not something good inside it, like a gold adorned coffer, I don't know.
All right, this is up to you guys. Should we open carefully?
when you call it a coffer as well, I feel like there's money in here.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but yeah.
So if you click one of those, can we see the applicable skills before we?
I don't know, actually. Let's figure out one that we want to do first, and then from there we can figure that out, because I don't know if you can do that. Paul, are you gravitating towards one of these options here?
Open by force.
all right. Let's see. Okay, so it doesn't have you do it immediately, so we can see if someone's really good. Oh, hey, we could do a level up. We should probably do that now. Okay, we're gonna do a level up. So maybe this will help, maybe this won't, but who knows. Okay, so we get one of these traits, or we can re-roll for a different trait, but I believe you get like permanent negative percentage to XP gains, which is rather unfortunate. So that should only really be done maybe when you're like a much higher level, because I can't imagine that being good at the beginning. So we got some interesting stuff here. So we got combat traits, which are these cross swords, and then we've got just out of combat traits, which is this mallet here. So heroic fool gives them plus AP but minus damage resistance. Harvesting just increases harvesting permanently, which is pretty cool. Whirling stinger, which gives them initiative, AP, and accuracy, but their maximum damage goes down. We got too smart, so big bonus to intelligence, but plus 5% to depression, which is, I'm not sure if that's super good for her. An experienced breeder, so beast handling. So you get plus to beast handling, but you don't increase that skill as fast. So I'm assuming this should be chosen after you already have that skill up pretty high already. and if you just get this, you're like pretty much done with beast handling for a while, I'm assuming. But yeah, I mean, what do you guys think?
So I don't have a frame of reference for what that plus or minus X amount of damage
Yes,
in battle is.
Yep, exactly. I don't know. So she's a quote suspected witch. So I believe in battle she can do healing and gosh, I think she can do range damage, but I'm not 100% sure. I don't remember exactly. I didn't use her. So I believe in combat you can only take 3 characters into combat, and I did not choose her when I did battle, when I did my earlier kind of like testing.
So being conservative, I've been inclined to go for harvesting plus 10 because there's no downside to it.
Yeah, there's no. That's the only one with no downside. So, I think that's a pretty good choice in this circumstance here. So, which was really good because her harvesting was already at 44. So she's now at 54 for harvesting, which that's pretty good. And now we can see that she has a nice harvesting trait here. You can also see other stuff here. She hates cutting trees. A little bit of a scattered brain. She doesn't like blood, so she's bad at healing. And she's kind of sick, so she gets sickness a little bit quicker here. All right. So, Paul, you want to open by force?
Sure.
All right. Well, I think I know the guy for the job here. All right. Mess it up. Mess it up, man. Oh, man. Only 66% chance of smashing it open. Well, let's go. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. No! No! Oh, man. Well, we opened it. An orange mist comes out. It burns your eyes and throat. Oh, no. That was not good, but that's all right. Oh no, ominous liquid is pouring onto the treasure. Well, we got some good stuff though. We got something, which is good. I thought it was gonna. I think what I did was I looked around, I believe, and then I can't remember if you're looking around too much and like someone or something grabbed it or something. I can't remember, but anyway, that was a fine thing that happened. So. Before we take shelter for the night, we should definitely convert some of this water. Because I believe each character takes like 0.5 units per night, I believe. If you give them enough water that they actually need. I think you can give them less water, but it's usually not a good decision to do so. So I'm just gonna make a whole bunch of water here. We should probably get this fire burning. All right. I think that's probably good for the night. So let's go to sleep. Why not? All right. It's time for some exposition. Very poetic way of saying that.
It is, yeah.
Ugh. Come on, Ira, get over it. Yeesh.
Ooh.
Very, very pertinent to the discussion, Kari.
She's just pissed she got attacked by that ratata.
Yeah,
earlier.
exactly. She's like, oh, we gotta get those stinking rats. That's terrible.
appreciate the British spelling of mum there.
I can't remember which team this is and where they're from.
So I know Dear Villagers published it.
Yep. Everyone's kind of pissed at each other right now, so my relationships, they're going bad.
Man.
Thanks, Kari.
And it's not like we've done anything to cause this. Sort
No,
of
this is
argument,
all
right? It's just-
scripted kind of stuff at the
they're
very
just kinda
beginning.
showing you. Yeah.
Yes, we need wood. Wood is good. All right. More hunger. We got a few characters who are dehydrated. So it's letting you know that if they are dehydrated, they will take penalties, and if they get dehydrated 4, and you don't rehydrate them, they will die. So we've got plenty of water right now. So we should probably give people some water. I mean, except for Kari, who is apparently fine, and she does not need water. So, so she's fine for now. Let's just divvy out some water here. I don't know if giving... no, I can't even give her water, so that's great. We have enough water here, so everyone's
that
good.
water amount selection interface is...
It's something.
It's kind of crazy, right?
Yeah, I know. It's kind of funny. Like, I don't know why they did it this way. I mean, I have an assumption that they did it this way because they were having trouble trying to use up this space, maybe. But I don't know. Normally, what you can just do is like click on this thing over here. Like, if I take this away, can I take away water from you? Can I do like? Oh no, I can't.
Oh, you have to drag it into the...
How does this work? Oh, I guess so. That's kind of funky. So yeah, it'll just like throw it out there, which is interesting. But yeah, everyone just needs one, so we're good. Now we should be rehydrated. Beautiful.
So I checked, by the way, the dev is CCCP Games.
Yep.
Who are based in France.
Gotcha. Okay. Interesting. Okay, so perishable food. A good part of it will rot. So, in the detail down here at the very bottom, it says 20 to 50% of the stock will turn into rotten food each night. You cannot use rotten food. That would be very bad. That's why non-perishable stuff is very good. So basically what we're going to want to do is just use up as much of this raw fish as possible. I don't know why they can't just cook it on the fire right now, but that's fine.
Yeah. I like that they went with just X percentage perishes rather than some like weird time tracking.
Yeah, definitely.
Kind of it seems like there's a whole load of stats, but everything seems to work in these like incremental percentage based ways, right?
Yep, everything is percentage points basically. So you got to weigh percentage points versus percentage points. Looks like he ate the fish and he got a little bit sick from it, unfortunately, but that's okay. We're just going to use as much of this fish as possible because a lot of it will go bad. All right, sweet. So we used up all the fish. That's good. Nobody's hungry. Oh, so she's got a headache. I don't know why. I guess it's just a random thing, maybe.
She's not drinking.
Well, she wouldn't take any. It's not my fault.
That's the problem.
All right, cool. So you've got weather effects as well. So during the day, upcoming at night, you have different night effects. This is pretty normal how night effects work. I think this is how, like, depending on the effectiveness of your fire and your abode, that's what happens. And we've got no special effects. So I don't know what's going on here.
It's interesting as well that all of the fatigue and health stuff is like increasing percentages.
Yep. Yes. So let's just check out some people here. See what we have going on. So we got some pretty normal stuff here. No one's getting too crazy in any of their requirements other than who is this? Myra. I don't know what to do with her depression, but we'll figure it out at some point.
So can you give us one of those herbs or tinctures or whatever they are? Do you have an
I
item that
don't.
can-
Oh goodness, +5 courage permanently. That's cool. I wasn't aware of that. The only stuff that we have right now is this healing stuff, which only does -10% sickness.
Oh, okay. It's the other one, right? Like the.
Yeah, I used it already. Whatever it was not Celandine. It was whatever
Okay.
the other one was, unfortunately. So
So I feel like scavenging's our best option to reduce her depression. Then, right? We just got to find some more stuff.
yeah, unfortunately, scavenging increases her depression. So we gotta figure out what we want to do with that. So let's start off with this though. So Eric is not really doing anything right now. The cool thing is though, we did build a logging camp somewhere, I hope. There we go. And we need lumber. So we should probably assign him to the lumber camp. Let me get back over there. I know how this interface works totally. All right, his forestry is all right, but he's the only real one that could use to change whatever they're doing right now. So, actually, Bloodwood doesn't really need to get more water at this point because we'll have enough no matter what because the maximum we require is 4 rather. So I think what I'm going to do here is, since your scavenging is not that great, we're going to take you there and switch it over for 44 scavenging. Very good. And, we'll just have you fetch some water because it's not like super required for us to have a ton of water at this point. And she's really bad. I think she's really bad at crafting as well. Let me double check here. How's your crafting? Yeah, crafting's terrible. So
Can we just have a take a nap or do something recuperative? Is there any?
No. I don't believe so. Everyone has to hold on. Let me double check here. Can you just go? Well, she's in the shelter. I don't know what that did. Maybe she can take a nap. I don't know. I don't know what the shelter does necessarily. Yeah, maybe. Oh, effects per use. So if you use it during the day, it'll give her -5 fatigue, which is not super useful, I don't think. So I think I'm just gonna drag her out here. And just fetch some water. How strenuous could that possibly be? And she increased her scavenging a tiny bit. So I think we're all good here. Definitely exploration is cool, so we probably want to do that. And we're getting wood, so that's good. All right, let's continue on. All right, that's some good scavenging. Wood, rope, more fabric. Raw meat again, lovely. Hey, healing plants, look at that. Perfect. That'll be good for people who got injured. Someone gets chomped by a rodent again, maybe. I don't know. All right. Oh, she hates getting water, apparently. I don't know why. I'm going to go check her stuff afterward to see if we did a bad. All right. Get us a good one. Yeah, 100% that forest. Oh, man. We got something going on in the forest here.
Ooh.
Mum. Oh, boy. This is, ungood.
Oh, there's a lot of them.
Many, many. A large muscular man who was not illustrated in as much as detail as the main characters. His style looks slightly different. It's a little bit more cartoony, don't you think?
Yeah.
Okay, so who is going to speak up here?
I feel like Carrie isn't a terrible choice.
Because she's gonna speak up anyway.
I feel like mom would be good.
Mom too. All right.
I feel like she would be good.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna have to poll the crowd here. If people are in the chat, we have to say if the mom or the daughter is going to respond to this marauder barbarian looking person, I guess.
I mean, he's carrying a skull on a string. I mean,
oh, there are multiple skulls here. I don't know if you can tell. There's many skulls. Many skulls. So I'll give people in the chat a little bit of time to speak up if they so choose. Otherwise, we're going to have to flip a coin here between these two.
I'm fine with Carrie. That's cool too.
Giving in. All right. I think I did the mom last time, so I think I also do want to see what this looks like when Carrie speaks up. So let's do that. Well, she's very direct. Very direct with how she feels about this. Ooh, look at that courage. Mom didn't like that, though. Dad also didn't like that. Hey, but Moira liked that.
Oh, is this their camp?
Well, I mean, I don't know, is it?
Okay, we'll find out.
Tasted my blade. All right. Well, he's not too happy about that. She's like, why didn't you do anything? Well, Eric has been wounded going into battle, unfortunately. All right, so since she spoke up, Kari is going to have to fight. And we have to choose 2 more characters to fight here. If you look over here, you can kind of see what's going on. Like, their main thing is on the left, so Kari is the shooter. And on the right, it's kind of like their special ability or its special passive kind of thing. So she's precise. So when she gets crits, she does 2.5 times damage instead of 1.5. So that's cool. We'll just go over kind of the roles here real quick. So Eric is a warrior, so he does melee stuff, and he's very fast, so he can do things quickly when enemies are hurt during his turn, so he can get up in the turn order a little bit quicker sometimes. Bloodwood is a defensive character, so she can help the party with her defense, and she's also sturdy, so she can't get hit critically. And then Moira here, she does essentially magic, so she can buff the party and debuff other people, and she can heal, so post-battle people's injuries will go down 15%, which is pretty nice actually. So who do you want to add in this fight here?
Do you want to try Moira, since you haven't used her last time?
Yeah, we could try that, definitely. I would say, since we have 2 low health characters now, we definitely want to add Bloodwood in there. He does deal a decent amount of damage, but we need someone with as much health as possible, I think, considering how low health everyone else is. Also, he's already injured, so he's got some problems. So I don't, yeah, minus 9% to all physical skills. So, all right, let's get in there, shall we? Hello, combat. Up on the top there, we have, okay, so nice little tutorial here. It's turn-based combat. So up here is the turn order. Down here, all your like stats and skills and all that good stuff. So same initiative equals random order, and all that good stuff. So also, yeah, once you get rid of the red hearts, you'll start getting wounds and stuff like that. Also, skills, they cost AP, so you gotta look and see what's going on there. So ending
many
your turn.
arrows.
Yeah, a lot of arrows going on here. So over here, it's just letting you know, which is an interesting thing. You can kind of like keep 1 AP from a current round to apply it to another round, which we might see that at one point here, actually. Okay, so she's gonna take some damage real quick, probably. So we've got a front row and a back row. Ooh, she's getting smacked, but she resisted that, so that's great. Oof. A lot of AP being used to chop down Moira, unfortunately. That's rather unfortunate here. Okay, so we started off in the back row here. We want to get into the front row because a lot of Bloodwood's abilities here require her to be in the front row. So she's like a kind of tank, basically. So she does have some damage, and so she can attack someone in the melee row, which is fine. But a lot of her cool abilities here are over on the right. So we've got Shield Bash, which gives -1 AP to her targets. Guard, she has to be in the melee row, but she can target anyone who's in any row, essentially. And she guards that target and adds damage resistance to that target, which is nice. Also, she can taunt. So she can taunt any enemy in any row once she's in the front row, so that she will move them into the front row, which helps out on forcing them to target certain things. So there's a few things we want to do here. We probably definitely want to move her forwards. So we got to look and see how many action points we have, and we got to see how much stuff costs. So what I think we probably want to do here is move her forward first.
Yep.
And then we can do one of these. Just looking at the damage here. That's 1 to 3 damage resist self. Minus AP on targets is pretty good. She has 4 though, so she might want to help out some people here. So let's just like get this knives guy real quick. You can see when I highlight people, it gives me the percentage chance of hitting them and how much damage. It's a little bit small for my taste in terms of those numbers for the stats, but we'll get there. We did 3 damage to quote knives guy, and we're going to help out Moira here because she's taking quite a beating. Actually, do we want to just like alpha strike? I think we want to alpha strike knives guy. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. So we can do things multiple times. So let's do another turtle strike here. Just try to get rid of that knives guy as much as possible. So Kari's got some cool ranged abilities here. Rain of arrows targets all enemies in a row. 70% accuracy, unfortunately, but 2 to 3 damage to everybody, which is pretty cool. It uses up most of her action points, unfortunately, but that's what you pay. So she can have a evasion stance here that gives her plus 40% dodge for a turn. Sniper shot is basically a high crit chance attack, and it'll do a very variable amount of damage. 1 to 5 in a melee row and 1 to 4 in a ranged row. She can
that's not looking too good compared to the spread shot. Right now.
Yeah, spread shot is good. The only problem is the accuracy is 70%, although the accuracy is only 85% for sniper shot. So that being what it is, there's also something called Your Next, which lowers people's damage resistance and crit resistance and all that stuff, basically. So the last thing here is hit and run, and it can only be used if she is in a melee row. It is basically just like she'll target somebody, but the nice thing is it also moves her back. So we've got 6 action points, so we've got a lot of stuff to work with here. So if, we can do Rain of Arrows, but if we do that, it can't do anything else. But it is nice to deal a bunch of damage to people. So, you know, let's play with the odds. There we go. We got rid of Knives Guy. And we're going to want to save one of the AP there because moving forward doesn't really help us very much. Let's just focus up. There's also called focus. So that's interesting. All right. I have not used this character, so I have no idea how any of this works. Gosh, I don't know how you save up that much AP. Because that requires 5, 6. Oh, no. It basically requires her to end her turn and then use this on the next turn, which is interesting. So it just targets everybody and gives them negative effects, basically. But we got to figure out how to... whatchamacallit. Deal with this guy and also move back.
So what was confusing me there was that the length of her AP bar is 6, but the length of the row is 5. Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of funky. The only thing is you can have more than that as well. So technically, if you end your turn, you can have 7. So I don't know how that's graphically shown. But what's this? Max damage and accuracy. That's nice, I guess. Minus dodge and minus AP. I can hit someone real quick to subtract their initiative, which could be pretty cool, actually. We really want to move her back. So I think what we want to do is do a surprising blow here to hit and move him back in the turn order. And then we can also do out of reach, which will move her back as well as one of the secondary effects here. So let us just kind of whack him a little bit. Pow! Got him. Well, that did a decent amount of damage there. And we can also move back. Excuse me. There we go. So, random enemy. Hey, that also did damage. Look at that. And it moved her back, which is great. She has one more left, so we're actually going to maybe see an Uncanny Litany at some point. But she can't really do anything. We don't want to move her forwards. And it looks like, thanks to our... there we go. Thanks to our surprising blow here, he is at the very end of the turn order, so we can probably finish him off pretty easily. So let's do a nice little combo here since we've got 7. So let's do your next. And then we can do a sniper shot. And that's 6 damage. That was a lot, actually. I guess we didn't need anything else. Myra got hit really hard, unfortunately, but what are you gonna do? All right, we fought valiantly until the giant man enters the fray with a loud, terrifying laugh. All right, who's gonna fight this time? Any takers on who we should have in there? You haven't seen Eirik yet, so we should probably throw him in. Any opinions on who else we should throw in here?
I really liked our little archer in the back. That worked out.
Yeah,
well.
Definitely. I have a feeling we're also going to need a tank, though, so we're definitely going to need to throw that in there. She's good, but I think it's like an either-or with our archer here, because she almost got completely destroyed immediately, which was rather unfortunate. So let's see what we can do here. Interestingly enough, everyone started off in the back row, but he's gonna do some damage. Oh, I don't think we're doing too hot.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, we're not doing so well. Yeah. By the way, this is one of those fights you're not supposed to win. if you couldn't tell. So we're just gonna try to get through this pretty quickly here, because I'm 99% certain you're not supposed to win this one. We could do some fun stuff though. Why not? Let's do a bull charge. Yeah, why not? He doesn't... Yeah, there we go. And he's gonna miss. And why don't we just do a war cry? Or we could just do another bull charge. Come on, hit him. All right, guess who's up next? And one more time, why not? All right, so that's what defeat looks like. Unfortunately, Eirik is at Hell's Door, which is everybody's at Hell's Door because they have fallen. All right. The barbarian got us. Har har har. That's very weak language coming from this barbarian guy. Otherwise known as Bjorn Head Cleaver. You see these skulls? Ten wood in 5 days. All right, thanks, buddy. I just think that's lack of communication with your friends. All right. That didn't do anyone any favors, unfortunately. Kari's doing all right, actually. So, yeah. Now we've got 5 days to bring 10 wood, which, fortunately, it looks like we're not going to have much of a problem here.
I'm kind of curious. What's Eirik's depression right now?
It's not great.
I feel like he's been the one who's...
Oops, I didn't mean to use an item there. I meant to just look at his stats. So he is hurt, and he is also depressed. Okay. So yeah, just take a look at his traits real quick. He is kind of frail, so he gets injured pretty quickly. He also doesn't get endurance XP really quickly either. So he also is not that good at healing his depression either. He's also a wimp, but but anyway, so he gets hurt and depressed really quickly, unfortunately.
I've noticed, yeah.
So you just have to baby him a little bit, essentially. But yeah, so this basically, as far as I can tell, opens up the game to us for the most part here. So I think what we should do is take stock of what's going on here and see if we can like maybe heal some people up or something. So he gets -10 sickness. He's not sick. He also doesn't need this. I think we're good for now. I don't know how to heal that injury. I know that we did pick up some healing. Like I can't remember what it was. What was that? What was that item? I'm gonna look and see what we got. There it is. Healing plants. I don't know how to use these. I think maybe we have to build something to get there.
Okay.
I'm just gonna take a peek. Maybe it's the rest area. Oh, it's probably the herbalist, I'm assuming. But that requires us to get some stone, which we don't have an easy way of gathering stone, I think. We would have to build... Where is it? Show me what we need. Mining camp. We would need to build a mining camp, which can be done. Definitely. So, I mean, considering that we have 19 wood, it wouldn't be bad to try to start to get whatchamacallit, to try to build a couple more things. So we have some more options for what's going on. So we're going to take Eirik off of there and start building a workshop here. Or sorry, not a workshop. Mining. Why can't I find it? It is way down here. All right, cool. So let's get this mining going. And then we'll go throw them over there. Why not? There you go. Boom, crafting. Perfect. I think everyone else is pretty okay with how they are assigned. I don't think we need that much more water, but the only other alternative is for her to do, gather wood, which I don't think. Oops, my bad. I don't think she's very good at getting wood. No, she's really bad, and also she doesn't like cutting down trees, so that's very bad for her. So I think we're pretty good here. So let's see what we can get. We got some wood. Some rope, that's always good. Some more fabric. Oh, cheese, yes, there we go. That's what I like to see. Bandages, also good. I was hoping that we would also find some perishable food as well, so we could save that cheese, but it looks like we're gonna have to use that cheese pretty quickly. Oh, we got so close on the mining camp. It's gonna have to wait until tomorrow morning, I guess. All right, let's get that water. I know you don't like it very much, but you're just gonna have to deal with it. Run low on water, but we've got plenty of non-potable to convert. Got pretty far on the beach too, which is good. All right, cool. So we've got a couple of things before we can end the day. So we've got 2 places to explore. The woods and the woods. So let's get some wood stuff. Those are some spooky stones. But for some reason, it doesn't let me interact with the stones. What's really important is this fruit grove over here, apparently. Apparently, these rocks are just, you know, the normal glowy rocks, you know? Cool. So we've got some pink fruit. So should we gather or lie in wait?
So do we want the fruit, or do we want the animals that are going to eat the fruit? We've got a really stealthy girl. We can.
That's true. That's true. That's true. Unfortunately, this is hunting, so none of us are particularly good at hunting. Because I'm assuming we're not like moving somewhere necessarily. We're just like staying here. So maybe I guess that's hunting skill. If we do gathering, I think maybe we want to be sneaky and going to pick it. I'm assuming.
Yeah. Okay.
I have no idea. I'm trying to. I'm giving the game the benefit of the doubt of why certain skills are used for certain things. I mean, last time she got hurt, so I don't necessarily want to get her in harm's way again. So maybe we should just throw Myra in there because her stats are relatively good actually.
Yep.
We got the best looking fruit. Very good. Oh man, we got other ones in there. Oh man, should we put my hand farther into the bush or stop? Yes. Let's push our luck. Come on, come on, come on. Oh man, we haven't passed one of these yet. Oh, all right, we got bit. That's all right. It was only like +5. That's fine. Oh no, I'm dizzy.
What's living in these bushes?
Apparently a bad snake that gave me sickness.
Oh,
hey, we got some nuts though. And I'm poisoned. Great. Super cool. Well, the cool thing is we also have another thing on this map here. So we should go check that out. All right. Oh, hey, a Tinder Tree. So the reason why this is a Tinder Tree is because it has that fire fungus stuff that we use as kindling. So in case our fire goes out, that's super useful. All right, cool. So we can get wood, which I'm assuming we really don't want to do that because we've got plenty of wood right now. but we can check the sap or we can check the fungus. So the fungus is going to be the stuff that helps us relight the fire. I just want to check out our inventory real quick. It looks like, yeah, it looks like we don't have any more of the whatever it's called, the fire mushroom,
Yeah.
whatever it's called. Yeah.
So if we just keep the fire alive, though, do we need that?
Theoretically, it should be fine. So we don't have to get the fungus, or we could check the sap, which I have no idea what that does.
Well, we can do all of these. It looks like, right?
Maybe we could check it out. Yeah, because they're not red, I'm assuming. So it should be all right. Let's get that sap first, though. Definitely want harvesting. Very important. Oh, she's very happy. All right, she's not hungry. Super useful now. But minus depression. Very cool. All right, we need to gather. We've got 80%. We should hit this. Yeah, finally. All right, we finally got one. Sweet, we can make some mead. Check that out.
This
All right,
is
we've got
solution to all our depression problems.
All right, it's fungus checking time. You know what, Myra? You did so well last time that you should do this again. Can't remember. You know what's up. There you go. Oh my gosh. I have no idea what this does. I don't think we should do it though. That seems like a bad choice for some reason.
I wouldn't. It could be like a cathartic experience and lower depression. I don't know.
You know what? Let's just do it because I know what this does. I just have no idea what this does. So I'm very curious. The only thing is if we burn it, we can't collect the wood as well. But she hates cutting down trees, so.
Oh, that's right.
All right. I have succumbed to my pyromaniac impulse. Animals in the tree were not expecting it. Oh my gosh. Hey, we collected meat. Oh, yeah. Whoa, there you go, Paul. You know how to play this game. Except she's a pyromaniac now, which I have no idea what that does. I know what I need to look at right now.
I'm just speaking from experience.
Oh, man. Oh, jeez. Okay, so she's poisoned right now. Which, for some reason, there we go. So she gets plus sickness each night. It has 90% chance to get worse, which sucks. 80% chance to be healed by using an item or the medical tent. So if we have something that heals poison, that would work. Pyromaniac, though, minus forestry and minus harvesting. So minus forestry is fine. That doesn't really matter. Minus harvesting does kind of suck a little bit. But we've been sending her out harvesting a lot. You know, it kind of like just it balances out with the plus 10. So she's fine. She's all right. She's fine. We should definitely.
I mean, she's happy, right? That's the important thing.
Yeah, exactly. She's happy. So
yeah, they've had a hard couple of days. I mean.
Yes, definitely. All right, let's get this fire up. Let's just convert one more in there, and we're good. All right, sweet. We're looking all right. We're definitely going to have to gather some wood at some point within the next 5 days, but I think we're doing pretty all right now. I don't know if we want to micromanage some people real quick. Because I'm pretty sure you can use items in the camp, but like I don't know if there's a better opportunity to do some stuff here. Oh boy, here we go. So we got some random chance here. for different stuff for depression. So I don't know what any of these do. I can assume what sickness does. But he's very low sickness, so that doesn't matter. Also, we've got minus 10 sickness stuff. This is very good. We will use this later. Minus fatigue, but plus hunger. So we don't really need the cola nuts yet. But he has a depression issue, so we should definitely try to remove that as much as possible. He is excited, which was good, which means he got the minus 20 depression. I think that's good for now because he got a positive effect. He's also injured, but he doesn't have anything that can be affected by this bandage. Man, I wish maybe we should give him more courage at some point.
Yeah. How do we? So that medical tent. How do we get one of those?
Medical tent. So in order to do that, all right. So what we're doing here is that we're kind of teching into it. So in order to get that, where is it? Healing tent.
There was healing tent at the top.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, we could already do this. What? I thought we needed the herbalist. Duh. Okay, cool. So we could just make this, which is nice. He is already really close to crafting the mining camp, though. So we should probably just let him finish.
Yeah, and as long as we can re-up on wood before Skull Guy comes back around.
So the interesting thing is, I don't know if switching the plan affects the progression, like if it like makes you abandon. But
I wonder if it warns you if you try to build something else.
Yeah, that might be interesting. So I think what you can do now is I think you can switch which one you're gonna do. So it was the healing tent, right?
Yes.
So if I do this, it doesn't say anything. So for now, I think that's all right. Who else did we want to try to help? I think everyone else is pretty much okay, except for you, because you are poisoned, right? Is that a wound trait? Oh, apparently she doesn't have it. I guess that's a sickness trait. This is for a wound trait. Interesting. We definitely want to help her out pretty soon with this sickness, but it's not too bad. Let's just give her one to help her out a little bit.
I mean, yeah, that also has the chance of removing the
Oh, does it?
thing, I suppose. It said, what was it, 80% chance of removing it at the medical tent or with an item? I don't know if it means any healing item or...
I'm pretty sure that does mean that. So let's try to do it one more time. Nope, didn't work, but that's okay. So if she gets sicker tomorrow, we can use it again, and we can figure it out. Oh, did I just use it on the wrong person? Maybe I did. I think I did, actually. My bad. So let's try to use it here. Nope, didn't work. All right, well, we got our sickness down really low, so hopefully we can control that by the time that we make that medical tent. All right. All right, what kind of banter are we going to have today? We had a rough day. A lot of things happened. Oh, you'll be fine. Potions.
She was holding out. You just used a lot of herbs.
Oh,
she is a witch.
Yeah, she said it. Funny.
Okay, kiddo knows what's up. Oh, blaming Loki on this one this time. All right, I see how it is. Ten wood in bold. Get that wood. Choose carefully. All right. How do we want to express ourselves? The tough decision. It does not tell you anything about these options either.
I think the more fun option would be let the anger out.
That might be good for him. He does seem rather cloistered, and he like kind
He's-
of represses his feelings. So maybe that would be good for him.
Yeah.
What do you think, Jason?
Yeah, I'm inclined to agree. I mean, it depends how he expresses that, I suppose. But
Well, we will never know until we click this button. So here we go. I mean, I don't think that's the worst way of expressing yourself. That's fine. That's fine. Yeah, kiddo like that. Well, Myra didn't. No. All right. Oh, he is determined though, so that's very good.
Finally, okay.
Exploring it as much as possible, folks. I'm trying. You've been out of the damn camp for a while now. That's all you've been doing, actually. I don't want to hear it.
Yep.
All right, we got to recruit some allies here. Hey, look at that. There you go. You'll be fine. Can I give her like 2 water to help? Well, actually, that's not what that does, unfortunately. She's only dehydrated 1. I'll just give you 1 water. This is fine now. All right, what we got? Sharing the food time. All right, look at this smorgasbord right here. So much stuff. We're gonna want to leave the cheese alone, because that is non-perishable. But it looks like we've got some pretty good meat here. Some roasted meat. 25% chance of tasty meal. 10% glutton, unfortunately. And the nice thing is, well, I mean, I don't know how nice this is, but it's gonna turn into crap meal instead of rotten food overnight. So that's good. At least it'll do some other stuff. But I definitely think we should try to give this to people, because this is very good food here. So let's just look at that. That was good. 18%. Ah, you're a glutton. What's wrong with you? Oh, you got tasty meal though. That's good. Yeah, she just gets all the status effects. She's got everything. Oh, please at least give you tasty meal. No! I don't know what this glutton does, unfortunately. Hey, you got tasty meal. That's very good. All right, that's as much as we're probably going to get here. He's got 5 hunger here. But is it really worth sickness? I don't know. Let's just do this. There you go. Perfect. You're good. You know, let's give you a berry. Because a lot of this stuff is going to go bad, unfortunately. So hopefully some of this will survive. Okay, well, at least the sickness didn't turn into sickness 2. So that's very good. She is very tired, though, unfortunately, so... Alright. It looks like 2 of these survived, so that's good. We got 2 roasted meat still. That's very good. Alright. So nothing special, so that's good. Alright, definitely want this tent here. You're still scavenging, so you're fine. We definitely still need water. But at some point, I think after the next day or so, we're gonna want Eirik to finish up his 2 crafting projects and then probably go chop some wood, I'm assuming. But I think everyone else is pretty good with what they've got going on right now, so let's continue. So let's do like 1 more day, and I think we can call it today probably. That'll give us a little bit of time to chat about what we've been doing here. Ah, cure potion. Look at that. Perfect. Let's get that poison out of there. All right, run out of wood, but we'll get wood. Oh my goodness, he's gonna need some more time. I thought we were better than that. I thought we could get that in like one day. We're gonna have to go look at the effectiveness of the crafting area, I think. Man, she levels up really fast. That's crazy. But maybe she burns brightly because she got a lot of fatigue there. Oh man, we can get another one pretty soon. Okay. Let's see what's going on here. Something's going on with that crafting. It's still in excellent condition. So it is not affecting anything. It might be because of how injured he is. He's slowing down. Oh, she leveled up, so let's check this out. All right. I mean, who wouldn't pick beautiful? Come on. Need more charisma. The only unfortunate thing is I can't see her stats already, unfortunately. Like, I can't see what's going on here, and I don't know if clicking this is going to consume it. Do we want to try to see if this consumes her trait, or...
Oh, I'm sure it won't if you X out, right? The level up thing will
okay,
still be
good.
there.
Okay, so what does she have? Her charisma is all right. It's not that great. She's mostly intelligent and full of wisdom. So
what's the effect of charisma?
has to do. I'm trying to figure out what that does. Where is it? It just says, okay.
Charisma-based action. Okay, so it doesn't list the.
Yeah. Gives plus experience gains. So, trying to look at yeah, I don't know. I'm assuming it has to do with a lot of when you're dealing with people at some point, which we're definitely gonna probably have to do. All right, actually, we should probably check out and see what's going on with these status effects here. That's good. So she's full for a while. Glutton does plus 25% and minus 10%. Oh goodness. Gives her plus health in battle though, which is nice, I guess. Still poisoned 1, unfortunately. So, all right, what do we got here? So crit is crit. I don't think she's gonna be critting very much. Charisma is cool. Gardening plus 10 sounds pretty good. Plus 10 courage, which could be all right. And plus mining. I don't think she's got a lot of mining going on. Where's mining? Yeah, she's pretty bad at that anyway. Gardening's all right. It could be nice to give her a boost there, I think.
Do we have anyone else would take that slot?
Like, Irik's all right. Yeah, he's okay at it. I don't know. What is that affected by? I don't know what that's affected by. Yeah, the only other one could be Irik here. So who has charisma? Littlewood has charisma. Myra could be like backup charisma, maybe? That could be good to have like maybe some crossover with some characters.
Yep.
But I don't know. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I'm down for charisma.
He's beautiful now. He leveled up and became beautiful. All right. Sweet. What were we doing? We were trying to get rid of her poison, I think, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, goodness. I really hope that it doesn't get rid of Glutton here. Just get rid of poison, please. Should we just wait?
Wait till tomorrow, yeah.
Yeah, I think we should wait a day. Oh, sweet. Look at this. Just minus 20 injury immediately. This will actually help out Irik, I think. Because he will craft things faster, I believe. So he should really...
Oh, yeah, he needs it.
He definitely needed that. Who else is injured a lot? You are actually injured a decent amount. All right, I think that's a lot better now. All right, cool. She's gonna have to take a nap at some point, but we'll get there when we get there. Check out this new place. Oh wait, berry patch. We know there's berries there still? Did we not complete this? Oh man, we didn't complete this. We can lie in wait too. All right, Eric. Let's see what you can do here. Do I have an arrow? I don't know. Do we have arrows? I'm assuming if it's allowing us to do this, we have an arrow. So, come on, please, please. Yes. All right. Things are looking up.
You did something good, buddy.
Yeah, he did something good, and he killed something beautiful, unfortunately, but we're very, very hungry. We got some raw meat and fresh fruit. Look at all that. We got so much now. Let's check out this new area here. We've got a lost shipment. Actually, I've been looking at these layers here. It's pretty interesting on how they do this, because there's actually less layers than you would think. I think there's like
they're not just
4?
moving them. There's like some perspective distortion as well happening.
Yeah. So, because there's this layer right here, which is right by the camera. There's the layer that stops, I think, right here in the water. And then there's one additional water layer that stops up here. And then there's the background layer as well. So I would love to be able to see how this is like layered out, like if someone like exploded this a little bit to like show what's going on, but it's actually like it looks really good.
You get like a noticeable like warping.
Yeah, it's definitely noticeable, but like I don't mind it too much, to be honest. All right, so this is one of those situations where we only get one option here, I think. It seems pretty empty and useless. So what should we do? Should we take the wood or search for loot?
So we can check our stats again, right?
I believe so, yeah. If we're gonna take this, it'll be a scavenging check. If we go to search for loot, a lot of different things could happen.
Nothing there is looking
particularly good.
but then in terms of like mundane resources, I think we're okay. It's the loot would be,
yeah,
you know,
we could get wood, but we have a pretty easy way to get some wood, so
yeah.
So I think here would be
Someone's gonna get bit again.
Oh god. Like, I think if worst comes to worst, like, Eirik can handle it, like, because he's got so much strength, apparently. But it looks like Kari has some, like, decent stats and a lot of stuff. I'd say one of these two, probably. Just, like, overall.
Yeah, Kari looks better, but, I mean,
all around.
Not great, but yeah.
Yeah. All right, well, let's see what she's got. Okay. All right. Oh goodness. Both of these have equal equal chances. Any opinions here?
I mean, I thought she was going to say, okay, I'm going to swim after whatever's floated away. I'm kind of glad that, yeah.
That would probably be a bad thing.
Huh.
Yeah, this is a coin toss for me. I have no.
Okay.
Search the sandbank it sounds safer to me, but
yeah, it sounds right. It sounds like, oh, you know, it's just things that are like kind of like, you know, scattered a little bit. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Okay, cool.
All right, sweet. I got a shiny. A fire crystal. Foul smelling potion. I don't know what either of these things do, but that was fun, at least, you know?
Okay.
We should figure out what those things do, though. Oh, goodness. So we got fire crystal. No idea. It's a material. Oh, apparently got some dried meal as well at some point. That's cool. We got a foul-smelling potion that is gonna make you hungry, but minus sickness. So that's pretty good. That's useful. That's definitely on the useful category. All right, sweet. So we are. How are we doing here? You gotta get this healing tent done, man. You gotta do this. I believe in you. I believe in you. You gotta finish that. Everyone else looks pretty all right. Let's just continue on. Let's do it. Hey, we got wood. That's good. Raw veggies, always good. I don't know what the leather bottle does, but that's fine. Oh, she's getting depressed. Gotta figure that out.
Yeah, the tavern looks like a...
Hey, level 2! Oh my gosh, you didn't finish the healing tent. I can't believe you, Eirik. What's wrong with you?
So close, yeah.
Oh, man. Oh, she's getting tired, too. You gotta figure out that fatigue for her. Oh, almost got 2 in a row. Darn. Uh-oh, what is this? Hey, look, it's a battle time. The interesting thing is it doesn't tell you anything about what the battle is, unfortunately. Yeah. So,
Well, I guess the guy did say there are people wandering around who would...
Yeah, that's true.
Try and take you out. Yeah.
Okay, I'm just gonna go with the standard. Oh, she is buffed though. +2 health. That's nice. But I don't know.
Gluttony, right?
Yeah, one's from gluttony and one's from a different one. No, she got well fed, which... Oh, did she get gluttony and well fed? I can't remember. I think...
It was good meal and gluttony, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah. Those things, yeah. But I like this team personally. I'd rather keep her out of harm's way. So just try to get in there. I watch it just be like, no, it's not a wild boar. It's our friends, Knives Guy and Plunderer. My favorite. Wild Swing is not that good because there's only one target in that row. Berserk is all right. But we don't need that much damage right now. I mean, 1 to 8 damage is cool, but it's got low accuracy. Melee strike is nice. Yeah, go ahead.
Who's up next on the opponent's team? I can't quite...
this would be Knives Guy.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, so we got Knives Guy. So he's going to have to use 1 AP to move, and he will either use Maim, which 2 damage, -1 initiative, or he'll use... He probably won't use Tactical Retreat. Actually,
you can't use that, right? Unless you're in the melee row as well.
So he might actually just use Aggressive Lunge, to be honest. Any enemy in the melee row, excuse me. So he might do that. I'm curious, like, what would happen if we just stayed in the back row here? Because he wouldn't be able to do that. The only thing he'd be able to do is try to, well, melee. No, he wouldn't be able to do anything, actually. So it might not be a bad idea to stay in the back row right now. I mean, Plunder is not too far behind. He could do an axe throw. And he could insult somebody. So actually, everyone should probably stay in the back row if they can, actually. I mean, Bloodwood can probably go to the front because she can take a lot of hits. And a lot of her stuff requires her to be in the front row. But I think if Eirik can just, like, you know, stay where he is for the most part, or at least move back into the other row after he's done doing whatever he's doing, you know, that might be really good. But I think what we might want to do is trying to figure out what we want to do.
Oh,
here.
hang on. What's his war cry?
Accuracy and critical. All allies in the current row. I wouldn't be opposed to doing that right now, because it could help Kari get some good damage on some people.
Yeah, while you're all bunched up together.
Yeah, totally. This is a good time to do it. Can I just do it?
Like duration of?
It's 1 turn.
Okay.
So it'll help a little bit. All right. So I think what we can do here. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, actually, I didn't. This is very interesting. I just realized something. If everyone's in the same row, they're all in the front row. So you can see down here.
Okay.
So in order for, so I kind of want to protect Kari here, and he's got 5 points of temporary health. So I think I'm fine with just rushing him into the front row for the time being, because I think Bloodwood can also help protect him as well once she gets in that row as well. Just want to make sure that Kari's in the back here. They don't want her getting hit by Knives guy here. So now he's got 95% accuracy. So he can move and do nothing, or he can bull charge, which I think that's what we want to do here. All right, 2 damage. That's fine. It also moves him to the front rows, which is what we need, though. So Knives guy can't do anything. So he's actually going to end his turn with an extra AP there. Yep, he's going to run up. He does 4, but that's fine because that was temporary hit points, and that's all he's going to do. So Bloodwood really needs to move up. She really, really, really does. So most of her really helpful stuff is when she is in the front row. Yep. She's got a lot of different things going on here. She can guard people. She can bash people with her shield. And she can protect people as well. She can do a little bit of damage, but it's really not that useful. So she's definitely going to want to move up. That's a given here. And so now she has 4 action points left here. So she can give plus 20% dodge to Eirik and do a little turtle strike here that'll efficiently use up her action points. She could alternatively taunt doesn't really help because it only moves the target to the front row. Does a little bit of damage. Guard helps. It guards the target, which I'm assuming takes strikes for that. So that might actually be all right for Eirik. And she'll have an extra AP for next round. So what do you guys think? Should she try to do a little damage and give dodge to Eirik, or should she guard and give him, or give damage resistance and guard to them and end her turn early?
I would say do the 2 skills and try to, focus bringing down at least one enemy.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, sure. All right, so we're gonna want to turtle strike him, definitely. 2 damage. That's all right. Whatever. And then we can also we can give dodge to Eirik, or we can try to turtle strike again.
Turtle strike.
Turtle strike it is. All right, come on. A few more damage. Consistent. So we're gonna take a little damage from the plunderer here. Hopefully, there we go. Get Bloodwood. That's fine. It's just an insult. No one cares. And oh, she got a chop. So she didn't block it. She's got it up here. So she's got damage resistance -1, but that's fine because she still has a bunch of temporary hit points. They're really gonna look at Kari here and try to do as much damage as possible. She has 100% accuracy right now because of the buff that she got from Eirik. Which is pretty nice. It's got a variable amount of damage. Alternatively, she could use Rain of Arrows at 85% chance to hit, which is also pretty good, I think.
Is there... I'm trying to think of a way to get rid
Finish
of
him off.
Plunder. Yeah.
So what we could do is do your next, and it gives him -1 damage resistance.
Okay.
And then do the sniper shot, and that could potentially do enough damage to him. So do you want to try to gamble that?
I think. Yeah, I think.
I mean, it makes
would personally
sense.
do that. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Let's try to Let's try to make sure that he goes down here. I forgot it moves her to the front, unfortunately, but this will be fine. I swear. She good to hit and run, which will do 2 to 4 damage to this target. So there's a chance, or we could try to do a sniper shot. All right, I think we should try to finish him off.
Sniper shot.
Yeah. All right. Hopefully she gets a crit. That would be really nice. Yep, that's a crit. 8 damage.
Nice.
Good enough for me. So I already got first. Maybe we can knock Knives Guy back or something, or do something crazy here. Berserk seems all right. Melee is also fine. I don't think we need Warcry. So I think we could do 2 melee strikes because he has 6 action points. So that would be pretty good. Berserk. What's the difference between Berserk? It has less accuracy, but could do more damage.
Doing 2 melee strikes won't kill him, right?
2 to 4. I mean, potentially it could.
It could. I guess it
yeah,
could.
but Berserk attack has
yeah, has a wider range, but
less accuracy. I'm fine with doing Berserk. I'm fine with this RNG here. He might take some damage, but he's all right on health. So let's try to. Okay. I'm very curious about whether or not this is going to finish him off here. He also has plus 10% attack chance on him, so he's got 80% chance to hit with his Berserk. So let's see what's going on here. All right, that's 4. That's about average. Let's try it again. One more time. We rolled low, unfortunately. He's down to 1 health.
Oh, so close.
We got close. Oh, that's fine. Yeah, keep on going for Bloodwood. That's fine. She's got temp health for days. And he's just gonna focus up. All right. We know what must be done here. So we're just gonna. Actually, we only got 1 chance at this anyway. No matter what. So we're gonna have to target him. And then we'll do a nice sniper shot. Finish him off. Hey, 12 damage. Oh my gosh. That's crazy.
Ooh, overkill.
Everyone's unscathed. I mean, yeah, I'll take this stuff. This is fine. We got a crap meal from him, but hey, that went pretty well, I think.
Yeah, we could be happy with that.
Yeah, definitely. Let's get some dirty clothes going here. So we have 1 chance to take the clothes, or we could search for the owner first. Let's check out these clothes. What do they got?
Oh, man.
All right. Also, look at this like critter. I didn't even notice this critter down here. Ridiculous. So should we search for the owner, or should we try to take them first? If we do take, it's a scavenging check.
There's also, is that a boot or is that a dismembered leg on the floor?
No, it's definitely a boot. It's definitely a boot. This might be some meat though, because there's some flies. Like meat in a bag or something. But this is definitely not a leg. This is not a leg.
I don't think I want to meet the owner. So,
so you just want to take the clothes?
I mean, honestly, I don't want the clothes either.
We can always leave it. That's fine. I will say searching is a stealth check. So she's doing all right here. Otherwise, you could just take them, and we're doing okay with this, but oh, actually, let's do a level up real quick here. Oh goodness, got a lot of stuff going on here. He could gain fatigue less. That's nice. Get more experience for endurance skills.
Oh, fatigue wouldn't be bad. He can chop wood. That could be his thing.
He's the wood chopper now. That's not too bad. In battle though, you get +2 health and 10% dodge. That could be fun. But I think He's the wood chopper. He's gotta. Someone has to stay healthy or relatively. Hey, look at that, and encouraged. He will never gain fatigue. Look at that. Determined for 8 days, minus 15% fatigue, minus 10% fatigue. Jeez. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right. So are we stealing these clothes, or are we looking for the owner?
I think our odds were better searching, right?
I think technically, yeah, because we got 62. So, I mean, I think we can do this and then we can just take them afterwards if we fail, probably. So, let's see what's up. Oh, jeez. Oh, poor guy. Death by beavers. Should we search the dam for beavers? Or should we search his corpse?
I mean, they've just established that beavers are extremely dangerous, apparently.
Yeah, so they're a known entity. Public enemy, number one there. Probably just see if it's on him. Oh, great. Lovely. I got a little sick, but that's all right. Hey, we got shoes. And some cola nuts. Not bad. We can also still take the clothes. Since we're finishing up this stream, I think we should just take the clothes. We should just go for it. See what the RNG gives us.
Yep.
She looks
Clean was or
confident.
everything? What should we do?
I mean, he's dead, right? I mean...
Yeah, I mean, do you want to take the dirty clothes too? That's kind of the question here.
kind of surprised to learn that there are, in fact, clean ones.
You know, let's take the clean ones. It seems like the smarter route here.
Mm-hmm.
Got 6 fabric, not bad. And we got Loki's cape, which sounds like a bad thing, but all right. Let's finish this up real quick. I want to check out what we got in this inventory though. These shoes, +5 agility, not bad. +5 stealth. Oh, these are all very good things. Yeah. All right, sweet. All right, this was a good day. All right, sweet. Let's end the day and feed everybody. You know, check out what they have to say about what happened. And yeah. Probably this is the bad one. Be nice to him. He's a gentle soul. He needs to be babied.
Yeah, is that what he really needs, though?
I mean, this is like day 3, maybe? Yeah, see, there we go. It's fine. We can get tougher on him later.
Okay, he responded well to that. Okay.
Yeah. You're laying it on real thick here. Oh, look at that courage. The courage pro now. All right, everyone. Oh, everyone's dehydrated. It was a big day. Oh, shit. Oh, no. I did a bad thing. Oh, I didn't convert the water before going to sleep. Oh no. Everyone get 0.75, please. Hopefully it cures your dehydration. I did a very bad thing and forgot about this. 1 out of 1, 2 out of 2. Oh no, 2 out of 4. Didn't quite work.
Ooh.
Oh, that's a bummer. That is a big bummer.
So is that something you can't cure until the next following night?
That is correct. So unfortunately, that stinks. I forgot about that. I wish they would allow you to do it before you went to sleep. That's like in this menu, because this is the only menu that you really care about how much water you have, is when you go here. So it's
Yeah,
kind of a bummer that you can't quite do anything about that at this point. So kind of a bummer. We got some hungry people, so let's just let's feed them. We got some sweet vegetables here. Oh, you don't want veggies? Oh, it's because she can't eat because she's got no hunger. Let's just load up on the veggies here. Oh, why are you depressed from eating tomatoes? Come on now. Come on now. That's a bummer. Here, have some fruit. Isn't that good too? What about this raw meat? That doesn't. Oh, 0.5% chance of tapeworm. That does not sound good. I see, you guys. I have a secret. You just take the raw meat and you throw it on this fire right here, and then you're all set. What's? Does none of you know how to cook? That's ridiculous. All right, come on. Your depression is great, so eat some raw veggies. All right. I take offense to that. Raw veggies are great. Hooray, no more glutton. All right, a little rough on her fatigue, but we'll see what we can do. All right, that's all right. All right, no special effects, and it's still sunny here in beautiful Vinland. All right, I think that's gonna be it actually for today. Yeah, there we go. But yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. That was
So,
interesting.
Yeah, this is this game has a lot of systems going on. But it's
A lot of percentages, apparently.
a lot of percentages. It's really you know, it's not for people who like a sure thing, or for people who would get upset by things not going exactly how they planned. Like, you definitely have to roll with the punches sometimes. And I'm assuming that gets more and more stressful as you go through this game, because it's all right now because everyone's relatively healthy. So, you know, a couple of unfortunate things here and there is no problem, but I'm sure as the farther you go in, the more difficult it's going to get to deal with some of this RNG, which is definitely... I like the fact that they definitely experimented with different types of RNG and eventually ultimately allowed the player, if they so choose, if the player knows what they want, then they can go in there and change that to their preferences. It's also something that I've seen. This reminds me of, gosh, in the board game Gloomhaven. It's funny because they have like alternate rules in there as well, in like a board game / card game that allows you to essentially like get rid of crits and critical failures as well. So you kind of like round those edges out. But it's like, I like this because it is a video game that allows you to apply like house rules essentially to the game, which can be nice. And also like the level of detail of like different like difficulty, like that very granular difficulty slider kind of thing, that you can really dig in there and make, like, if you don't like a certain mechanic, you can essentially turn it off. Like if you always want the weather to be sunny, you can do that. So you can really decide for yourself what type of experience you want. But it does have obviously like difficulty presets essentially, which can help you out if you're first starting. So
Yeah, I'd definitely be impressed if the game is kind of robust to all the playing around you could theoretically do with those numbers.
yeah, it's a lot of numbers. There's a lot of things going on, a lot of intertwined systems that really require a knowledge of the system as a whole to figure out how to properly balance this. That probably took a very long time for the development of this game to really get down those numbers. Like, I'm assuming like it's one thing to say like, oh yeah, we want there to be like stats that affect everything. Like everything affects everything. But once you do that, you have to be careful with how this certain effect, like certain stat, affects stuff in combat versus out of combat versus the effectiveness of this when applied to something else. And it can definitely get a little bit messy. And the overall experience of this game as a whole, you really need to take it in after like a long period of time. You can't just like tweak some percentages and then go try out the game for 10 minutes and be like, ooh, yeah, this feels right. Like, you really need to do a lot of in-depth testing to make sure that the player is experiencing what you want them to experience. Like, you want, like, in theory, like, yes, there could be like a 50% chance of rain or something like that, and it's like half the time. But if you get a long string of those, it could get a little bit annoying for the player. So I can't imagine how long the testing phase took for this game, just grinding out those numbers and figuring out what the best kind of ratio was.
Yeah, I mean, maybe they had a model for it. Like, a lot of these effects were like incremental rather than like big discrete effects. So that's the kind of thing I guess you could try and balance it like spreadsheet wise. You'd at least have a shot at trying to do that. But I suppose beyond a certain point, when there's so many things that can interact and like death spirals, I'm sure that exist in various potential forms in the game. Yeah, whatever way they manage that, it's not going to be easy.
No, definitely not. But
I think the main thing which I kind of liked about this was, so a couple of things. So on like the UI side, I really like the styling of all of the UI. I thought that's pretty cool. There are a couple of like UX things, like not having the ability to convert the water during that nighttime scene, which are kind of annoying. But overall, I really like the way they styled everything, and there are loads of little details and animations and stuff. And the other thing was the way the system stuff meshes with like the narrative things in the events. I think that works quite well in terms of creating this little narrative that you tell yourself, that you kind of build in your head, you know, about the lives and the personalities of these characters. And then there's just enough actual like dialogue and stuff to keep that going. I feel like I would enjoy that aspect of it, and I'd be super curious to like play the same section again and see where the variation is and what's dynamic versus what's like fixed content throughout that.
yeah, definitely.
Because there's enough like depth to it that it's to the point where your brain like fills in the gaps and you start making connections that may or may not be there, or might just be like random things happening to line up, and you know, you're just seeing patterns where they really aren't there. So I'm very curious, like actually how that works in terms of the choices and the consequences and all of that.
Yeah, it's really interesting because, yeah, like you said, it gives you enough narrative so that it gives you like a framework for these characters, which eventually is going to get flushed out in terms of like their arcs, essentially, probably. But like their day-to-day stuff, that's all you. Like, and you can definitely, it's kind of like the part of the things that I love about like roguelikes and stuff like that is that you, like, through your experiences, you have a narrative just through the experiences. You don't need to know like the details of those experiences in terms of like a broader narrative, but like the journey itself is the story a lot of times. And it's also true here, where a lot of the drama is going to happen from the journey to certain story milestones. It's not necessarily the story milestones themselves. So
yeah, I also have to comment on the mostly the like exploration encounters. Like some of them are quite absurd, but like
Oh yeah,
enjoyed that
yeah,
as well. It definitely has a tone in terms of the comedic aspects of the comedic
yeah,
or absurd aspects mixed with the kind of really grim, kind of dark side of things as well.
yeah. I mean, it's got some it's got some lightness in there on occasion because a lot of this stuff is very like the systems. It's like you've got illness and disease and depression and like bad illnesses. Excuse me, like really like your characters are going through a lot of stuff, but it gives you a chance to you look forward to those. Like when you unlock another place to explore, it's always a good thing because you know that you're going to possibly experience something that you haven't experienced before, and usually there's a little bit of humor here and there in those. So like that's a lot of the stuff that you look forward to. That's like the little like nugget of like, ooh, this is cool. As opposed to like, all right, I gotta chop wood today and I gotta do this and whatever, and I press the go button and it goes, and then I have to sleep again and I get back up again. It's like that's the little things that you can't control. Like you know that you want them, you know that you want to explore to get that stuff, but you don't know exactly what's gonna happen, and that really helps out with making those like essentially chores a little less monotonous, essentially.
Yeah, 100%.
I will have to say a lot of this stuff, I am very reminded of another board game called Robinson Crusoe. I don't know if either are either of you guys familiar with that?
No.
It is essentially well, it's a lot like this. Basically, like each character can take a certain number of actions per round, like which is essentially like, kind of like a day. Like you can go explore a new area on the map, or you can gather resources, or you can go adventuring / hunting, and like it's very similar to this, where I'm choosing to go scavenge versus choosing to get water versus choosing to explore, and then what makes that game interesting is that it's not only a survival thing, but there are like campaigns. Well, not campaigns, but there's like scenarios that you could do where you're doing the same actions a lot, but like you have to like get X number of resources within X number of days. Like there's one where at like by like day 10 you have to have X amount of wood, or you would have to get all the wood and light a fire or something like that by that number of days, so you can be rescued off this island, so you make like a big bonfire. And it reminds me of this like directly because you're like gathering wood for this tribute that's going to happen in X amount of days. And like your individual characters, I believe they can have like health, and they've got like some special abilities that those characters can do, very much like the unique roles kind of trope that's in a lot of board games, like your Pandemic, where certain characters can do certain things that other characters can't. But it reminds me of this a lot, because of specifically you're doing these kind of like mundane tasks to survive, and then you're trying to get ahead a little bit. But ultimately you have this larger goal that's outside of your survival loop that you're trying to meet. And that's what it looks like this is, which you've got your smallest loop, which is your day-to-day stuff, your tasks. You've got your larger loop, which it looks like every week or so you have to have some kind of tribute thing, which I'm assuming which is going to increase every single time. And then
yeah, I mean he rolled in with like beat everyone up and then asked for what seemed like a pretty meager amount of wood.
Like, I'll take 10 branches, thank you. So it's kind of like I'm assuming that's going to be the slightly larger loop, and the biggest loop here is the story arc itself. Like there is an end point to this game, so you're trying to get there wherever there is, I'm assuming. So no, it's got a nice neat little loop, and it's visually pleasing, and nothing seems like too unfair. A lot of times in games with a lot of RNG, there's always the risk of like things seeming unfair, but mostly that's because of information that's not exposed to you. I think this game exposes a lot of its information. So you just have to make sure to read everything and to know what's going on, basically. There's only like one time where I'm like, oh crap, I did this wrong, and that's because I forgot to convert my water, which I really wish they gave you like a little warning at least or something, like, hey, you're going into the shelter for the night and ideally you'd have this much water. Do you want to convert that much water? Like, that would be really cool, because that's a really easy thing to miss. But you know, a minor kind of quibble over, but overall, really enjoy this game, and I'm looking forward to playing a lot more of it. You know, I'm curious where this goes.
Yeah, I could see myself putting some time into this.
All right, so that's about it for the day. So it was a lot of fun having you guys here and walking through this, getting absolutely messed up by the RNG early on, and then having some good luck later, which was cool. Especially that gigantic crit that was totally unnecessary that we got, but that's all right. But yeah. So if you're watching, just as a reminder, the three of us, myself, Jason, and Paul, we are Stray Basilisk. We are developing a game called Steam Hounds, which you can find out all about that at various social media outlets. So we are at Stray Basilisk on Twitter. We are slash Stray Basilisk for our Discord. So that should be discord.gg/Stray Basilisk. We are also on Steam, so if you'd like to wishlist us, that would be really awesome. That helps us out a lot, and you know, lets us get into contact with you once the game is eventually out. So yeah, so I think that's it. Do you guys have anything else that you wanna shout out?
No, I think.
No,
I'm
any
good.
secret side projects to promote? No.
I don't think so.
Cool. No, I enjoyed that. That was fun. Kind of road-likey still.
Yeah, in its own little way. Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So we're looking forward to next time.
All right, who's got it next time? Who's up? Is it you, Jason, or
Jason's turn.
All right.
I'll
right.
think about that. Okay.
All right, have a good think. All right, guys. I will see you later. So until next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.